Hi there, these comments are for M. I'm using your initials for privacy purposes. And I am Michael from OTC, OnlineTOEFLCourse.com. And I'm getting ready to listen to, I think it's an integrated speaking practice test, right? So I got the rubrics set up. I'm ready to listen to Okay, let's listen to your practice test.
According to the reading passage, familiarity principle is when people prefer to choose familiar items instead of trying new things.
Okay.
In the lecture, the professors discusses an experiment testing the same idea. At the beginning of the experiment,
Okay.
a group of students had shown one unique geometric shape in very dim light.
So geometric shape, a geometric shape in very dim light. Now, okay, there's a balance between speaking clearly, right, but also speaking quickly, or what we call fluidity of expression. I think you're a little bit not quite balanced there. You're trying to speak clearly, which is good, but you're speaking very, very slowly at the same time, so be careful.
In the second part of the experiment,
In the second part of the experiment, so the P, you need to pronounce that with more air. The second part of the experiment.
they had shown two shapes. The first one is the first one they already shown before in the dim light
Now, wait a minute. I think you're having problems with passive voice here. Hold on.
in very dim light. In the second part of the experiment, they had shown two shapes.
They had, or they were shown two shapes, or they had been shown two shapes. So I think you're not putting the be verb in there. You're trying to make the subject the recipient, the receiver of the action, but because you didn't put the be verb in there, that's a grammar problem.
First one is the first one they already shown before in
The first one they were already or had been already shown before. So again, you're having problems forming the passive voice. Okay, go to Google. Here's the key words. What is the passive voice in English grammar? How to form the passive voice in English grammar. So you need to learn a little bit more about that.
dim light, and the second one was the new one. At the end of the experiment, the students were asked to choose their favorite shape. Surprisingly, the most of them chose the first one even without realizing that they already shown it before.
That they already were shown it before. They had been shown it before. So you had, every single time you had problems with passive voice. It wasn't a random error. So this is telling me that you're not comfortable with passive voice. So this is something that you need to really work on because it's holding you back grammatically. So once you understand how to form passive voice, how to use it, I think you'll have a better range of expression of ideas, especially during the integrated writing and speaking tasks, in which case you may have to use passive voice maybe more than you would if you're doing an independent writing or independent speaking task. Okay, so yeah, I think on this one you had considerable language use issues, especially with passive voice, delivery, speaking a little bit slowly, but you're speaking fairly clearly, but with a heavy accent, right? So your intelligibility was pretty good. That qualifies you in the 3 area. I'm going to put you right around 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30 on this practice test.